Alright, we're back. Those are all ground and cleaned. So, that one's thicker than this one. So, exhaust are nice, so they're all ready to go. So now I'll get the old style valve liner stuff out, which is buried down in here. So these are all the different stones right here. And this is the valve grinder right here, the power grid. So this is quick way. Same as the valve grinder. You can still buy this stuff. They still sell new ones too. So it's quick way as the power tool. These are all the different stones and stuff. You're gonna need pilots. Maybe not this many. Those are all the different pilots. This is the old pilot holder. I'm sure they got a different way of looking now. The Sonnen has one that looks like this. So it's just a matter of different brands do different things. These are all the old original tools, so who knows how they make them these days? I don't know. I can't keep track of what I'm doing, which is what they're doing. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to open this up here, I think. We'll make a mess up here. It's definitely going to make a mess. Okay. So here's our pilot. Run that in there tight. These are all your different stones over here. So you got to pick the stones you're going to use. You got drivers, stone holders, drivers. So, two I'm going to use. So these just screw on with a thread. They come in all kinds of different sizes. You can grind them at different angles. New ones look like this. Used ones have been cut at an angle. So we got newer ones that are not so old. See, this is a brand new one here I used recently. So it's got a new angle cut into it. So you got to find one that fits your valve. See, that one fits the valve. So you can grind it at a 45. It looks like it's at a 45 to me, so that's probably what I'm going to use. Screw it on there like that. Put that on the pilot, and it cuts the valve. The problem is it's going to cut a lot of aluminum too, it looks like, because these valves are sunk way deep. You see how it's going to cut the aluminum right here. So stones do not like cutting aluminum. It loads them up. Grinding wheel aluminum. Someone might have told you that once. Not very compatible. Okay, so that one's going to be a little bit of a problem on size. So let's see if we got something a little bit smaller diameter. Where's our valve at? That's about the same size of the valve. And it's a little bit smaller, but about the same thing, different material. White one's for really hard nickel seats. Gray is more your standard material. These are soft, so the gray is fine. It's slightly smaller diameter, so that could help us a little bit. Green are for really precision stuff. It wears real quick. It'll also grind really hard seats too, but it doesn't last very long. Very soft. Looks like this is going to be the winner. That's bigger yet. See, every 1/16 of an inch I got another stone. This one's a 1/16 bigger than this, and this one's a 1/16 bigger than this one. So, I'm going to use a gray one here. Make a big mess in the aluminum. Okay, that's going to go like that. big mess. We gotta go down until we get a clean seat. So use your dividers. You put the dividers on the outside of the valve edge. That gives you your diameter of your valve. I don't know if you can see it, but you set at the diameter of the valve here. So you can see a little bit. Oop. So you make the same diameter. So you want to grind the seat until that full diameter is on top of your seat. And then you cut the inside seat out until it's one thickness of this, and that will bring the seat to the edge of the valve. Close to it, and you know you're at. In this case here, we're just doing a one seat angle. I'm going to cut our 45 and nothing else. Doing a cheap job. If I got to sink the seat so far, I might have to give up on this plan, but that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so we need some power. 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 Here's some power right here. Some power. We are armed and dangerous. Okay, this is going to be a messy job, so I think I'd rather do this on the floor. So we're going to put the camera over here. Watch me work on the floor. See what happens. Alright. Easy to have the head about the same angle, so you pressing down vertical on it. Sometimes I'd have to pull it up a little bit, like a 2x4 or so. 2x4. That's about the right angle. Okay, here's my cutter. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. You're cutting all aluminum and not much else. Yeah, we'll be cutting this forever at this rate. So you can see what it does to the stone. It just loads it up real quick. Not good. So that is going to be a problem. Grinders are really good for accuracy, but they suck for doing heavy work. So I'd have to keep cleaning the stone out, grinding, cleaning, grinding, cleaning, grinding. And it's going to cut that aluminum way right out to that edge where I'm at. And that seat is sunk way down in there. So it's going to go down a long ways before it cleans up. Exhaust is better, but it's sunk in a big hole too. These intake seats are basically trash, but I don't want to replace everything. So much for doing a quickie job. At least on that one. We'll try an exhaust and see if it's any better. I figured the intake was going to be a problem. It is. So this all has to be picked out of here, all the aluminum, before that stone will cut correctly again. The white ones don't let up as much, but it'll be the same problem. Okay, let's find one for the exhaust. Okay, there's an exhaust one. I'm sure it's going to be the same problem. There we go. And the way to avoid the problem is sink in a big hole. See, that's almost the size of the valve versus the bigger one that you should be running to unshroud the valve. So we'll try this one. I'm sure it's going to have the same effect, but on a different one. guide there. Same thing. Alright. Let's go and do that again, see what happens. Probably the same thing's going to happen. I'd be actually surprised if it didn't. Helps to have it consist where it doesn't move. When there's no sparks and you're cutting, that means you're cutting aluminum. Oh yeah, big time. What a shocker. Same problem. Loads the stone up completely. So now the stone's no good. Has to be dressed and cleaned up. So I pretty much destroyed 2 stones. Oh well. Now we know what's going to happen. Means we got to do it right. Alright. Just a good start today for me. You can see where it just ground the piss out of the aluminum again. And it's not even close to the seat yet, it's way above it. So, same problem. So we have to clean out the old sunning machine here and do it correctly. All this stuff's got to be cleaned up and done. So I'll deal with that tomorrow. So we'll do a regular valve job on this tomorrow. And it's becoming more of a big dollar job. Heads tend to make it a big dollar job. Luckily we didn't have to rebuild the crank and the cases. That's where we saved a bunch of money on this project. But the heads are going to take some work. So they're putting a lot more labor into them. But oh well, it needs to get done. Alright, that's it for now.